like now. I don't think I want a turtle giving me CPR. He's been in the sewer and shit. Like his breath probably smells like shit. So like that kid's got like shit in his lungs and shit, like it's sewage in his lungs. But anyway, let's talk about the Ninja Turtles. Let's just talk about the Ninja Turtles in general. It's like the Ninja Turtles in this movie are more failed vaudevillian comedians than deadly ninjas in this movie. It's like even in the second movie, they weren't this annoying. And this is why I'll always defend the second movie, because at least in the second movie, the Turtles still had a little bit of the grit from the first movie. Here, they're watered down. They are so watered down. Like I said, like they don't really fight that much in this movie. Even though they still, like I said, they still get to use their weapons. They don't fight as much in this movie. It's most of them cracking dumbass jokes, calling dudes fat, giving dudes wet willies, talking about, oh wow, it's Wayne Newton. Look guys, it's Don King or some shit like that. And it's the dumbest shit, man. But they also force a love story between Michelangelo and the princess of the village out of nowhere. Because like she didn't even spend no time with him that much. Because like we don't see Michelangelo for, like I said, 20 fucking minutes. We don't see him for a good 20 fucking minutes of this goddamn movie. So I don't know how he developed a relationship or a crush on the princess. I don't know how he developed a crush on this girl, because we don't really see them interact with each other. Like like there, but she ain't interacting with him. It's also weird because he's a turtle and she's a human. So like he wanted to put that turtle dick in her, and turtles have really huge penises. Fun fact. That's a fun fact. Not a fun fact, but it's a fact that turtles have really long dongs. They got really big penises. They're hanging. So she probably would have died if Michelangelo stuck his thing inside of her. I hate to get graphic, but that would have been the thing. Also, Raphael builds a bond with the kid that was in the fire. And I guess that was like to soften him up. I guess that was to soften Raphael up, because he is the most violent turtle. Like he's the most violent turtle. Like I said, here they make him a little bit more sarcastic. But I guess like that was to give him a softer side, to stop him from being violent. Because even at the beginning of the movie, he's complaining about shit. Like, man, we over here, we always saving people and stuff like that, and they don't even know we exist up there and all this shit. But yeah, I guess that was the thing to like soften him up, give him a bond with a little kid. And it also made him realize that he has a temper, and he's like super violent, because like he's talking to the kid, because he's talking to this kid, and this kid has a temper. And he's super violent, and he's just like, hey, you gotta calm down with that, or something like that. So, I guess that was growth for Raphael, for him to stop being so violent and stop having a temper. But anyway, if you notice something, I'm not talking about the villain very much, and that's because Walker is a lame ass villain. He's lame as fuck. Like, all he really does, he doesn't really do anything except be smarmy and be a smart ass and talk about guns. Cause like that's his whole thing. I think he's supposed to be like a gun dealer or something like that, gunpowder dealer or something like that. Cause like he's dealing to the Japanese Empire or something. We don't know what the empire is called. He's dealing to this guy named Lord Nagamura or something like that, or Lord Naganaga or something like that. His name is. He's dealing to him, like dealing guns to him, so he could go take over the village or something like that. But all I gotta say is like, this guy really makes me miss the Shredder. You know, like, he really makes me miss the Shredder. Like, I really wish instead of doing like the time travel gimmick, that they actually went to like modern day Japan. I wish they would have did a storyline where the Turtles actually went to modern day Japan and like discover like the origins of the Foot Clan. I've always had that idea about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 after seeing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 and after getting more into like the comic books, you know, and like the lore of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles before the cartoon. Like, I wish they would have dived more into the origins of the Foot Clan, because then we could have had Shredder's daughter, Karai, as the villain. And, like, she would have been a much better villain than what we actually got. And, like, the movie still could have been a rescue mission. You know? And, like, but, like, the rescue mission would have more stakes because it would have been about Karai getting revenge for the death of her father, because they killed the Shredder. They killed the Shredder in the second movie. You know, so like the third movie could have been like Karai taking the mantle of the head of the Foot Clan, and she's like, we gotta go out here and avenge my father's death. So like that would have been better. And we still could have cast, instead of casting Vivian Wu as the princess, Vivian Wu could have been Karai. You know, she could have been Karai. And like that could have been her thing. She's very like stoic. She's stoic in this movie. Like she could have been a way better villain than what we got, man. Way better villain than what we got. Vivian Wu as Karai would have been much better than what they did with her. That would have been I think that would have been a much better story, much better movie than what we got. Because this movie is fucking horrible. Like, the plot is weak. Like, it's also a plot that they took from a pretty good Ninja Turtles video game and they watered down. You know, so that's that. Because Turtles in Time is a classic. Turtles in Time is a classic video game. It's like one of the greatest video games of all time to me. So to take Turtles in Time and do this with it is just fucking blasphemy to me. None of the jokes are funny. It's like all the jokes are just lame. They're trying too hard to be funny. Is what happened. They're trying too hard to be funny. And for a Ninja Turtles movie, it's kind of boring. Like there's nothing that happens that has stakes in this movie. Nothing that happens that has stakes in this movie. Like, the only good thing about this movie is they let the Turtles use their weapons, and there's like one good fight scene towards the end, because I did enjoy the fight scene where they go to Lord Naganara, whatever the fuck his name is. I forgot his name. It's something Lord Nakanaga. Something, I ain't even gonna try to say that name. When they go to his palace, and they fight like his guards and shit. Like, that's the best fight in the whole goddamn movie, because they really do kick ass in that movie. And they really do kick ass in that scene. That's the best fight scene. But other than that, this movie is a dud. I give it a 1 out of 5. That's my score of it. Join me next week where I'm going to be talking about, and this one's going to be a treat too. I can't wait to talk about this one too, in a good way. Next week, I'm going to be talking about 2002's Spider-Man. Until next time, peace.